Welcome to Latte with a Lawyer, a podcast dedicated to bringing you the stories of some of America's most successful lawyers, figuring out what makes them tick, how they creatively solve problems, and how others aspiring to be them can follow in their footsteps.
Okay, folks, welcome to another episode of Latte with Lawyer. I'm your host, Jonathan Brickman, and this afternoon we have with us Erin Ezra from the law firm of Berger Kahn on the West Coast. Welcome to the show, Erin.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Excellent. So just to kick off the show, we have to ask our guests, what's your favorite morning beverage to go with the theme Latte with a Lawyer?
Well, I am unfortunately not really a coffee drinker, and my go-to right now since the pandemic started has been Emergency.
What is Emergency? I mean, what is Emergency?
That little vitamin packet that you mix with water, and that's been every morning for the last 2+ years.
Is that caffeine?
It's not actually.
Just like vitamins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, you're in California, so I would expect that you're going to be healthy.
Yeah, especially in Orange County.
Orange County is especially so?
Yeah, definitely big on fitness and health here.
Got it. Yep, I've been to Orange County many times. Anyway, it's a great place. So tell everybody the type of work that you do in your practice.
So I am an employment and also insurance coverage attorney. I started my practice doing a lot of litigation, but in the last 4 or 5 years, I've migrated a little bit more to advice and counsel of clients, which has been nice because now it's trying to help clients avoid lawsuits in a big way.
Okay. Wait, so again, you've done both plaintiff and defense work, or what are you're doing now more on the defense side?
So I've actually done both sides where I did do some plaintiff work for representing employees for a number of years, do a lot of defense still, but more general counsel type things where I'm taking problems or before they really become lawsuits and thinking with the client on what we can do, what we can change, policies and procedures, things like that within businesses. And then I also work with insurance companies with handling claims, and whenever they have something pop up, I'm sure you've seen the commercials, the crazy scenarios that happen to people, and if it's going to be covered under the policy. Those are the types of things that we look at from our point of view. So we're a little bit outside the litigation in a big way because we look at it hopefully before it happens, and if it's happening, then we kind of on the outskirts looking in.
Got it. So more risk management, right, before it becomes litigated.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. And the firm as a whole, is that basically what the firm does?
The firm does a lot of insurance. They've been doing that for over 50 years now. They originally started in LA, and now we have 2 offices, well, 3 offices, 2 here in Orange County. We just opened one in Lake Forest, which is where I'm located, and one in Irvine and one in San Diego.
Okay. How big is the firm? How many attorneys?
We keep changing, so I'm going to get this number wrong, but I feel like we're about 17, I think.
17. Okay, so relatively small firm, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you got a few offices.
We do, yes.
Where's Lake Forest? That's in Orange County.
It is in Orange County. It's actually 15 minutes from our main office in Irvine.
Okay, got it. Excellent. I've been to the University of California at Irvine a few times.
Oh, yeah.
And
we have a lot of, we have summer program this summer, and one of my summers went to school at UCI.
They have a law school? UC
Yes.
Irvine? Yeah, they do. Okay. It's a good school. The UC system is very good, period. All the schools are.
Yeah.
Is that where you grew up in California?
I grew up in San Diego, but actually attended law school in New York. I went to the University at Buffalo.
Oh, very nice. That's a big change.
Yeah. Not advisable. You're not really made for winter when you grow up in San Diego and then go to Buffalo.
You've gone from one extreme to the other, I'm afraid.
Yeah. It was tough. It took me a while to get used to it.
Yeah. But I'm sure you enjoyed your experience there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
spent 8 years in New York. It was a great experience.
Oh, good. So how did you make the decision to become a lawyer? Tell me about that journey and how you ended up there.
Well, I initially didn't think I was going to become a lawyer. In undergrad, I did finance and risk management. And then I graduated in 2001. So September 11 happened and financial markets were not the same. Kind of had to pivot, as they say, and got a job as a paralegal working in a law firm. A friend of mine had one and said, "Oh, I have an opening," and did that for about a year when I decided I think I want to go to law school.
Oh, oh, that's right. I see you have an MBA. Wait, so did you go, where did you get your MBA?
Also from University of Buffalo.
Oh, also at Buffalo. Oh, I see. And then did you go to like Wall Street? You worked in New York?
I didn't. I ended up, when I was in law school, I ended up taking a trial technique class. Never thought I'd do litigation and really enjoyed it, and then did that instead. So was in New York for about 3 years before I decided I couldn't handle the winters anymore and came back to California.
Oh, interesting. I see. I see. Well, I mean, I get maybe it's probably not that unusual to have the JD MBA. I know there's a lot of those joint programs, but do you find that helps you in your business?
I do actually, probably more so in the last few years. I do a lot with managing the firm. So at least our office location here in Lake Forest. So that does help me a lot. Um, and even in practice, I think when I work with businesses, to have some background in HR and things like that definitely helps.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, no, I got an MBA years ago. I
Oh,
went through that program. I'm originally from Boston.
okay.
Yeah, and I got an MBA at Northeastern
Oh,
University. But that's a good degree.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very good. Interesting. So, like, give me an example, like, of a typical case you would work on these days.
These days it's a lot of, there's a lot of COVID protocols in place, so there's a lot of questions with things like that. From the employment side, it's a lot of revamping systems. When pandemic first started, it was how do we get things together so that employees can work from home, working on various procedures and getting that sort of stuff in place. So it was a lot of kind of working with what's happening in the state, in particular counties, because all the rules are different, helping the employers kind of get on track of what they need to do and what to plan for as months went on. A lot of that lately, I think. And then the last few months, we've been seeing more litigation and things like that pop up from all the COVID issues.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I would imagine there's a lot of issues around that as people are trying to figure out how to navigate that post-COVID world,
Yeah. And
right?
it's a hybrid. A lot of people, I mean, even in our office, people are still semi working from home, working in the office. That transition was also difficult to navigate too. I think the last couple of months have been interesting.
Yeah. Is everyone back in the office now?
For the most part, we are in our office. There's still a few people who really got used to the work from home, and they still do that. It works for them. I think, we were always pretty mobile as a firm, where we could pick up and work wherever we needed to. So we were good at moving into our homes when we needed to. So it's been good though to come back and have people in the office and get that camaraderie that you didn't really have when you're working from home all that time.
Yeah. I mean, how did you adapt to the whole mobile thing? How did you do that? Was that easy for you to do, or did you have to put some new technology in place?
It was a lot of trial and error. We had all the attorneys were equipped. We had laptops, so we were all set with that. Everyone can kind of work from home.
Yeah.
It was a lot of figuring out what platforms do we use. We learned about Zoom and kind of work with that sort of thing. A lot of meetings and how many meetings. There's too many meetings. I'm sure a lot of people had the Zoom fatigue for a while, but we did our best to keep the communication high. I think that was the most important thing, is to make sure that you're still touching base with everybody and having meetings where you could kind of still talk about cases and make sure you still have the support, even if you're not in person.
Yeah. And I would imagine some of those things are going to stick, right? that you?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've lessened the number of meetings because now we're partially in office, so people can feel like they can talk to each other more than they would if they had to facilitate a call or a Zoom meeting. But definitely most of the technology is still going to stay, I think.
Yeah. Okay, got it. What was I going to ask you? So any in your life to get started, were there any influences? Like who were the big influencers along the way that you relied on?
So it's always for me been people that I actually had to learn from and study from. I think the very first law firm I worked for, the managing partner, she was someone who had worked back in the 80s when it was a very big male-dominated profession, and she was one woman in a very heavily male-dominated firm, and her goal was, I'm going to get myself out there as a female powerhouse. And her firm was all women. I think we had over the course of time one male assistant, and but eventually men started joining the firm. But it was for a long time it was a big goal of hers to really promote our women in the workplace, especially in law. So she was a big influence for me. And then after that, when I was in law school, I worked at a small law firm. There were only 2 or 3 attorneys, and my managing partner then, he was very good lawyer, but he also had a business side to him. And I saw the value of really having that business background and business understanding. It's one thing to be a good attorney and run a good firm, but to really be able to make your firm successful, you have to have some business background, which sometimes I think is rare in our profession, where someone also can have the time to worry about the business aspect of running a firm.
Yeah.
Then I'd say for our firm now, our managing partner, when I first interviewed at the firm, I was just blown away by him. He was probably one of the most authentic people I've ever met in my life. And that really resonated with me because, lawyers sometimes get a bad rap. and I thought, God, he was just so real. And what you saw is what you got. And he's like that to this day. I've been at Berger Kahn for about 11 years now, and he's definitely been a strong influence in my career.
Oh, good. So I'm curious. So let's stay with the business side of it for a second. So what do you think, is running a law firm is a good business? What does that mean? Like, what do you have to do to be successful?
There's a lot of cost balancing and things that you don't think about, finding the right vendor, where are we spending staff resources, things like that. I think, you keep in mind when you're not just litigating a case or trying to pick a vendor for the firm. So it's a lot of that sort of thing.
How about getting new clients? I mean, what does that look like?
We have a lot of institutions, so our marketing strategy is probably not similar to others, where if you're trying to really get a lot of plaintiffs work, you're really speaking to several different people on a bigger basis. Because our clients are insurance companies, our marketing strategy is a little different. I try to do publications and things like that, to kind of get our name out there.
So, but are there people that actually would manage those relationships, or is it just based on the work that you do that you continue to get additional work?
Yeah, we definitely manage relationships, and the best way to keep a client is to treat them like they're your only client, and
Right.
you do the best you can for them on anything that you ever work on. And I think it is a word of mouth sort of thing too, where people have heard that you've done good work for other people, and then they come to you later.
Got it. And is it regional? The insurance companies that you work for, that mostly regional firms?
They're nationwide firms. They're our companies. They're bigger. We have a handful of smaller ones, but most of them are bigger.
Oh, but the work, whatever they're insuring in the local markets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
usually statewide. Yeah.
Yeah,
Local.
got it. That makes sense. Interesting. And so you mentioned vendors, like what kind of technology do you use in the practice besides Zoom and things like that? But like, are there new technologies that you're picking up to be more efficient?
Yeah, I think we use a lot of the internal messaging. We also have a lot of electronic bulletin type boards where it's to organize cases. Obviously, our billing systems are all
Yeah. You use things like Slack, though? I mean, Trello, those kind of things?
yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah,
do?
yes, yes.
Interesting. Oh, okay. What about like for clients? You use Salesforce, things like that?
No,
No.
no. For the client technology, most of the clients have their own databases built in, and we just utilize whatever they're
I
using.
see. Okay. Interesting. So you use Slack.
Yes.
That's great. It's a great collaboration tool, right?
Yeah, it was great during pandemic. It's easy to communicate with everybody when we're all, in different locations, but definitely still use it today.
And you get to do those funny Giphy things, right?
Yeah. Associates are a lot better at that than I am.
Hey, listen, I can do it, so I'm sure you can figure it out. All right, excellent. So let me ask you, so what else do you want people to know about you and your practice, and what's the best way for someone to learn more about you?
Oh, sure. You could check us out on our website, bergerkahn.com. Um, we're a growing practice, I think, right now. I've spent a lot of time in the last couple of years doing more training of young associates. We're starting to like I said, we have a summer program right now. We have 7 summer associates and law clerks here in our office. And, really tried to be a mentor to them and try to help people along the way. I think when I first started, it was a lot of baptism by fire when I was in New York. And it was kind of, okay, you have to go to court now and do this. And it was a great experience because it taught you, how to make arguments on the fly, stand on your own feet. But in a lot of ways, I wish someone would have guided me a little bit more. So that's been a lot of what I focus on in the last couple of years, is really helping the younger associates and law clerks develop in their career and feel like they have the support to do so.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice when you get to that stage where you start giving back a little bit, which is fun from your experience. Okay, good. Excellent. Well, I will wrap it up here, but this has been a good conversation. And again, this has been Erin Ezra with Berger Kahn on the West Coast. This show is sponsored by EmotionTrac, and we are a legal tech platform that uses AI that lawyers use for trial work and settlement work to gain insights. Thank you very much, Erin.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for
bet.
having me.